Everyone said my brother would never amount to anything because of his allergy. Yesterday he saved a child while every successful Halbras froze. My brother Jake was labeled the problem child before he even finished elementary school. Energy impulsive, can't focus. Disruptive teachers had a new complaint every week. By high school, family gatherings had become a showcase for everyone else's achievements while Jake sat silently at the end of the table. He'll never amount to anything if he can't even sit still, my aunt would whisper loudly enough for him to hear. Jake dropped out of college after one semester. Our father called it expected disappointment. He bounced between random jobs: landscaper, warehouse worker, pizza delivery, nothing that impressed at family dinners dominated by doctors, lawyers, and executives. For 15 years, every accomplishment in my brother's life was dismissed. That's nice, but when will he get a real career? When he finally found steady work as a lifeguard and swimming instructor. My mother sighed, at least it's consistent. Yesterday was my daughter's 8th birthday party at the community pool. My entire successful family was there: surgeons, corporate VPs, a university professor, along with neighborhood families. I was setting up the cake when I heard a splash, followed by silence. Much silence for a pool full of children. At the deep end, a 5-year-old boy had slipped under while his mother checked her phone. Nobody noticed except Jake, who had been refilling the ice cooler before anyone else registered what was happening. Jake had already dropped everything, leaped over 2 tables, and executed a perfect rescue dive. 10 seconds later, he surfaced with the child who wasn't breathing. What happened next is burned into my memory forever. Every successful adult, including 2 doctors, stood frozen, watching in horror. My corporate executive father took out his phone, presumably to call 911, but just stared at it, paralyzed by panic. Jake calmly laid the boy on the concrete, checked his airway, and began fectoral with a precise, practiced rhythm. His hands moved with absolute certainty while he spoke quietly to the child. Come on, buddy. Big breath now, you can do it. 43 seconds later, the boy coughed, sputtered, and started crying. Only then did everyone else snap into action, offering towels, calling ambulances, comforting the hysterical mother. Jake simply stepped back, dripping wet in his clothes, and returned to filling the ice cooler as if nothing extraordinary had happened. When the paramedics arrived, they asked who had performed the facto. People pointed to Jake. One paramedic shook his hand and said, "Perfect technique. You saved his life. No question." My aunt approached Jake afterward, her voice unusually small. "How? Did you know exactly what to do?" Jake shrugged. "I get recertified in water rescue and Vectol every 6 months. It's mostly muscle memory. But you were so one-focused," she said, struggling with the word. He smiled for the first time that day. Brought out, "I can focus just fine when it actually matters." Later, the boy's father came to thank Jake, barely holding back tears. Exclamation else just froze. "How can I ever repay you?" My brother, who has been dismissed his entire life, simply said, "Your son has amazing lungs. Maybe get him swimming lessons. I teach them Tuesday through Saturday." On the drive home, my daughter asked why Uncle Jake wasn't a doctor since he was so good at saving people. I didn't have a good answer. This morning, Jake texted me that 4 families from the party had signed up for his swimming classes. He also received a job offer from the city's advanced water rescue team. Turns out the ability to act decisively in chaos, something my unfocused brother has navigated his entire life, is actually a rare and valuable skill. Sometimes being successful and being valuable are entirely different things. It took us 15 years and 43 seconds to learn that lesson.